We are in the city of Guangzhou. This is the largest metropolis, an amazing metropolis, believe me. Behind me are two Tonewinner buildings, which belong to a company that makes top hi-fi equipment. And if you thought that Chinese manufacturers weren't ready for hi-fi, for serious competition, believe me, these guys know their stuff. They have huge budgets, and they're very serious about it because the scale, just look at this scale. There are hundreds of people, staff members, who are preparing, assembling, developing, and aiming to push aside their European and American competitors. And I think they're going to succeed, my friends. Let's go take a look. Tonewinner even loves animals. Look, they have geese and peacocks. And over here, they're unloading. Look, a big truck has arrived, and as I understand it, they're loading up various amplifiers and speaker systems. So this is their building, and this is also their building. So, Europeans, how are we going to compete with this, huh, friends? What can you offer to counter the Chinese? I think there's just no contest here. We don't have geese like that, do we? This is how the disinfection procedure goes at the Tonewinner factory before entering the room where very delicate parts are assembled. Right now, we're being disinfected, dust is being removed, and they're making sure we're absolutely clean so that, God forbid, we don't bring anything extra onto the circuit boards. The Holy of Holies of the Tonewinner factory. And what do you think these devices are for? Write your answers in the comments. No one else will show you something like this. Take a look at what's happening at this factory. This is where the first process of handling and creating the circuit boards begins. Notice how perfectly the machine does everything. A piece of fiberglass laminate gradually, step by step, turns into a board that a bit later will produce sound. All processes are fully controlled. You can observe, or rather, the engineer can observe on the screen what is happening and how. The first stage is complete for this board, which now moves on to the next department. And here it is checked again. As we can see, the test is passed, after which it is placed into the next machine, which in some magical way starts applying what to it? Chips, of course, and again, everything is automated. Look at how fast and precise it is. I can't imagine how many people it would take to do something like this at such a fast, streamlined pace. It's incredible. Only a machine can do everything with the highest quality and accordingly make it so cool. Again, there's a screen and the engineer checks everything. Half the words are in Chinese, but you can see for yourself, maybe you could copy something like this and set up a similar production in your own garage. Next stage. So it turns out there's a first, second, third, and fourth stage. See, the board goes in, and again, apparently chips start being placed on it, and everything is checked and monitored in real time. The next screen, which again shows how the process is going, apparently there are no errors detected. And only after all these manipulations does the board go to a woman who starts checking and testing everything visually. In other words, it's a symbiosis of machine production and human involvement. If you think the Chinese only have one such conveyor linear, this is a different conveyor which does pretty much the same thing just with the next set of boards. Why is this done? Well, of course, to increase production volume. As you can see, everything here is so serious that, well, personally, I knew that Chinese manufacturers were top-notch, but to this extent, to create something like this in such a narrow niche as hi-fi, that's truly impressive. And if next time you say that the Chinese make junk and you'd rather buy something American, my friends, just take a look at this and I think all your questions will disappear. Let's see how the girl checks all of this. And now I'll give you a riddle, because she has a magic bracelet on her wrist. What is it for? I've already made a couple of shorts about this. Whoever answers first in the comments will get a bonus prize. Watch this. You see, everything is checked as carefully as possible. According to the engineers, this machine is the most complex because here they check the soldering, the temperature regime, everything is tested in the greatest detail, and then it goes back to the girl who checks everything again. My God, how many checks are there here? Now, it's clear why Tonewinner offers such a warranty, because defects, it seems to me, are simply impossible. What do you think, friends? Please write your thoughts in the comments. And one more thing, to get a sense of the production volume. This rack is made to store these very boards as they come out. As you can see, there are 100 here and 100 here. So that's a total of 200 boards. And behind me, there are racks just like this, again, filled with boards. Look at how many there are here. Honestly, judging by the scale, It seems like Tonewinner wants to put an amplifier in every home. I like everything to be done according to feng shui, but here it's absolute feng shui because there's temperature control notice every few hours. All of this is recorded and monitored with special sensors, and of course we must not exceed these values because that would negatively affect the production itself. Behind me are hundreds, I'd even say thousands, of boards that are vacuum sealed. And not a single drop of oxygen should get in here. And Tonewinner keeps a close watch on this. The most interesting thing, you'll probably laugh, but I was personally shocked to learn this is that there are also boards from some very serious European and American manufacturers here, which as it turns out are made at the Tonewinner factory. And when you buy a very expensive high-end amplifier and you think, it was made by Americans. No, my friends, it was made by the Chinese. But I won't tell you which brands these are. You'll just have to wonder about that. The engineers from China went so far as to even create two separate chambers. This one is, let's say, for disinfection to remove dust and all sorts of grime from the circuit boards. And this chamber, accordingly, is for people. I mean, I don't know, they could have just made one, but no, they installed two. You see what I mean? That's how, once again, everything is done, well, almost perfectly. I don't even know. I really want to find something to nitpick here, but I just can't. This refrigerator stores special solutions. Again, everything is strictly monitored. The temperature, the humidity. According to the engineers at the Tonewinner factory, it's actually the women who assemble the volume potentiometer, the volume control. Honestly, I have a hard time figuring out where it is here, but if you let me know in the comments, friends, that would be great. Although maybe I just misunderstood them. In any case, you can see how carefully and delicately these wonderful women's hands pick up the components and place them on the board. Again, the whole process is monitored. Everything is recorded under the cleanest possible conditions. And in the end, as we can see, a man just, as it probably should be, supervises the work of the women and makes sure everything is going well. Again, he counts, checks, presses button C, he pressed something, didn't like it, and fixed it. That's how this symbiosis happens again between the automatic C. He found some problem and didn't like something. Now, what is he going to do next? See, it's not standing quite right. He's about to fix this issue. He stopped everything. But then he put it back. No, something's still not right. See, now he'll probably take it off. So, in real time, we can see that he rejected the work, fixed something, and is putting it back. That's it. Now again, it's not right. Now he's definitely going to remove the board, guys. See, now he's saying, what did you do, woman? You set it up wrong, you put it in wrong. She says, I don't know, everything seemed fine to me. The next person passes it on and says, what's this? Give me a new part. Here, take a new one. They're about to put it in now. I have a feeling they're going to get punished pretty harshly for this later. Alright, it's in place. Now they say everything's fine, and as for that part, just throw it away or recycle it. The engineers said this is a wave soldering machine, a wave flow machine. You can see how the board goes through there, and again, something is being done to it. If you know about this, let me know in the comments. I think it would even be interesting to Google this, because again, it's hard to find this kind of production anywhere else. Take a look, you see, there are actually two waves here, and you can adjust the speed. And again, they're different. Here goes the board, the one that was carefully assembled by the hands of human machines. And again, everything will be checked further down the line. 5 women are sitting here starting to solder something, check something, inspect something. Take a look. Soldering in real time. Look, every contact is handled carefully, again, with gloves on, very precisely. And here too, a woman is soldering. What do you think? Do you solder better than these women? I don't think so, because you don't have such gentle hands. In general, I believe this job is more suited for women, because men usually have big calloused hands if they're real men. They should be going to the gym, lifting weights, doing pull-ups on bars. And because of that, you get these big calluses. But a lovely girl, no. She prepares the components, assembles the board, and that's when we get an amazingly cool sound. Isn't that right, friends? By the way, you can see 5 small impulse power supply modules here, one on each of the 5 boards. And again, the girl is assembling something almost like a construction set from which the finished product will come out, delivering really awesome sound. Here are these boards. Take a look. They're already in an almost finished state. All that's left is to assemble everything, probably put it into the case, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll see everything as we go along. Ando, I almost forgot. Look, there's a man standing here as well. And he's checking things. You can see there's a testing process going on here. He's got quite an impressive set of control instruments connected. And now he's going to check everything and see if all the readings match up on these instruments. So, friends, let us know in the comments if he's doing everything correctly or if he's making any mistakes. Well, we Russians, as always, have to evaluate the work of our Chinese brothers and say, no, he's doing everything wrong. It should have been done differently. This isn't how it's supposed to be at all. If it were me, I'd put it on the table and do everything according to feng shui. My Chinese is practically perfect, so I read that this rack means these boards still need to be checked. And these boards have already passed inspection because once again there's a specially trained girl sitting there who checks everything together with the machine. Notice how each node is identified on the monitor. So the board is loaded in there and the whole process is monitored. In other words, it's a double check both visually and by the machine. And after that the board is released, and if everything is fine, the girl will place it in the designated compartment. As we can see, she still has quite a lot of boards left to check, so she won't be going to lunch anytime soon. Let's feel sorry for her. A specially trained person and a machine apply resistors to a horizontal board like this one, because there are separate lines for horizontal and accordingly vertical boards. And as you can see, the process is fully automated. It practically drives these resistors into the board like a Kalashnikov rifle, which, as we've seen, will then be checked dozens of times. This is what high-end automated production looks like. Look, the resistors really are like bullets in a machine gun belt, just being fired in at incredible speed, with no room for error. The next stage resistors have been placed on the board, and here we have mini capacitors being mounted, again in automatic mode. Take a look at this scattering of components. The rail, which will soon start driving them in and securing them here, again with no margin for error. Apparently, this is a Chinese development. Here comes a woman, and you can see in real time how the whole process happens. Again, these mini capacitors are on this tape. Next board, and now we load it in. Press the button, and off it goes. That's how it is, friends. Someone used to solder all this by hand. I can hardly imagine how difficult, exhausting, and expensive that must have been. Now, I think you understand why Chinese products are so much cheaper compared to European or American ones. Because, of course, this machine is very expensive. But in the long run, it pays off because it's much faster, easier, more technologically advanced, and most likely more reliable than soldering each of these capacitors by hand. How will this affect the sound, whether it's done automatically or manually? In my opinion, this is the better option, because everything will be done as precisely and uniformly as possible. But when done by hand, the person will inevitably solder one way here, insert something differently there, and do it another way elsewhere. Whereas the machine operates on a completely different level. As you can see, these are already finished cables, but for them to end up like this with connectors crimped neatly, in fact, as neatly as possible, all done automatically, I really have nothing to criticize. Here, there's a machine of this kind that first takes the cable, then it gets pulled through, cut, and after that we have another specially trained woman sitting here. Each of these women has her own specific job. And as you can see, she carefully threads it through. God forbid she moves her finger just a bit too far, and then it too will end up with a connector. But as it is, you can see everything is precise, fast, and clear. Again, if all this were done by hand, I can't imagine how much time and effort it would take. But this way, it takes just a couple of minutes, and the whole line of cables is already finished. Again, we check her work. Is everything accurate? Well, friends, take a look. Can you spot any mistakes here? Notice, in my opinion, even these ends are almost all the same length. So, mistakes here are practically ruled out. You can tell that this woman loves her work. She sits there content, smiling, waving well. Not waving yet, but soon she'll be waving at me. And here, look, we have cables that haven't been crimped yet. Soon they'll be ready and sent off as high-class speaker cables, my friends. And then you say, oh no, cables are just nonsense anyway. They are thick, By cross-section I think about 2.5 square millimeters. By the way, it's not written anywhere. The year is 2022. And here, again, we have a different type of cable. Anti-static containers are used here to store all the parts that come in. The protective sandwich design accordingly effectively prevents delicate materials, sensitive circuit boards, or essential cables from getting damaged, or, God forbid, picking up a harmful static electrical charge. This is the back part of this crazy machine, where you can see how each component is carried by a tape onto the conveyor and will then be mounted. Take note of the scale here. Just look at how many of these capacitors there are. There are literally thousands of them. They're loaded into these boxes just like machine gun belts. You just need to take and install the next box as soon as this one is emptied. I think if this were a European production line, the price would immediately be 4 times higher. According to the engineers, what you're seeing now is the final test of the board, which is being checked using 6 oscilloscopes. Again, as you can see, they turn it on, look at the graph, and if it's perfect and there are no issues, the board is checked once more and placed in the box. As we can see, there's a box with boards that still need to be tested, and the box with finished boards that have already passed the tests. Everything is fine with them. Careful hands and gloves, by the way, special anti-static ones. And there's a computer with a monitor, what we like to call a MUSIs, in Russia controlling the whole process to make sure, God forbid, no mistakes are made.